Last night's debate had its fair share of interesting moments, as we've highlighted on the show today, but we wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about some of the things we did not see, or in some cases, things we didn't hear last night. After NBC got the mics turned back on, we waited with bated breath for the moderators to ask Cory Booker about his debate prep. Some of his aides said his prep included push-ups and bicep curls to, quote, keep him motivated. Here's a look. How about you, Sagar? Anything you thought the debate was lacking?
Well, I was actually.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
We just, look at that dude.
That is the most.
He's getting it in.
That's the most vegan bicep curl I've ever seen. This is what happened when vegans work out.
Exactly.
I have no words for this.
What did you see?
All right. Well, I was really hoping to hear Chuck Todd ask Elizabeth Warren about her DNA test debacle. The fact that no one, literally no one, not one of the moderators, none of the candidates on the stage challenged Warren on the fact that for decades she claimed Native American ancestry, despite having a tiny sliver of Cherokee heritage, was actually extremely frustrating. I was also really surprised that none of the candidates brought up the president. We've seen the Democratic Party moan about the President Trump for 5 years, literally since he became the Republican frontrunner in the lead up to the 2016 election. And we've heard him say that he's unfit for the presidency, that he's secretly a Russian agent, and then we take issue with President Trump's policies on everything from trade, immigration, and taxes, but not one of the candidates actually mentioned him last night. And we've heard people in the party swear up and down that the candidates weren't going to make this election about President Trump, and yet, to my surprise, it almost seems like they actually meant it.
Yeah, some of the policies came up. There was that one moment. There was the one moment where Inslee said, who's the greatest threat?
And the crowd went wild.
Donald Trump, the crowd went wild. You know, Donald Trump in a Democratic debate being brought up is probably like Trump bringing up Hillary Clinton at a Republican rally.
But they all railed against Hillary Clinton in the Republican. I watched those debates. It was all like Hillary,
but,
and Obama.
Here's the thing. Every day, if you watch cable news, every day, it's Donald Trump. I mean, Crystal talked about this earlier on the show.
I think
every day people talk about this, and I think this is how to talk about
maybe just like a little bit more. I actually
you wanted more Trump bashing?
Well, no. I mean, if you want to beat Trump, and the number one issue for most of these Democratic base is can one of these people can beat Donald Trump, I'm really curious to see, because I think Joe Biden is going to define the race totally between himself and Trump, and I think it's a smart electable move. But we'll see. Maybe I'm one of those idiots on news.
Well, no. Hey, by the time we see each other tomorrow, we're going to know the answer to that question.
Yeah, that's true.
Congress may not have hit many legislative home runs as of late, but during last night's congressional baseball games, members of the House and Senate from both parties were swinging for the fences. The Democrats won the annual charity game by a score of 15-7, giving them their 10th win in 11 years. Decked out in the jerseys of their favorite home teams as opposed to the red-clad GOP squad, the Democrats were led to victory by Louisiana's Cedric Richmond, who took home the game's MVP trophy. By the way, Cedric played college baseball. I just think people should know he's a ringer. However, the night's highlight came from the other side of the aisle when House Minority Whip Steve Scalise took the field for the first time. The Louisiana congressman was seriously injured in a shooting at a congressional baseball game practice 2 years ago. The game raised $1.3 million for Congressional Sports for Charity, a foundation which supports kids and family charities in the Washington, D.C. area.
Oh, glad to see Steve Scalise.
It is great to see Steve Scalise. Steve Scalise out there.
Just walking out there, even he still has such a good attitude and smile on his face. It's amazing, given what happened to him.
Absolutely. And glad everything went off with no hitch. Everybody came out. It was a safe, fun night for families and friends and staff.
It's a good tradition for D.C. I've always liked it.
Absolutely. There's some people in the world with truly surprising secret talents, and apparently we can count Attorney General William Barr among those people. This is serious, people. This is not an Onion story. On Wednesday morning, Attorney General Barr surprised everyone at the U.S. Attorney's National Conference by being his own opening act. Let me explain. Before delivering remarks at the conference, the Attorney General surprised the entire crowd when he grabbed a set of bagpipes and joined the New York Police Department's Emerald Society pipe band for a performance of Scotland the Brave. As it turns out, the surprise was originally meant for Barr, whose staff tried to surprise him with the band's appearance. However, Barr found out about it and had no intention of just being a spectator. As he jokingly explained to the audience, I'm very proficient at, dare I say the word, spying. I'm glad he can poke fun. So we leave you today with our esteemed Attorney General jamming with some of New York's finest.